What's up, folks? Sean, the Average Angler, coming at you with a special edition today. That's right, special edition, meaning an extra video. We got a little unboxing. Some new stuff arrived that we're going to be testing in the near future in the pool to give you guys some more ideas, some more choices, options. Who knows? Maybe we find something better. Maybe we don't. Either way, it's the average angler's loss, your gain. So if you're new to the channel, you like this kind of content, hit that subscribe button right down there. Join the community. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. If there's stuff you want to see tested in the water, or maybe it's just a bait you want to know more about. All right, so the first one here is from Phat Pak Baits. Okay, I'll put a link in the description. I have not seen these before, so this is new to me, just as I'm assuming most of you. They are out of Mesa, Arizona. This is a 30 pack of 6-inch straight tail worms, and this color is called Purple Pumpkin Eater. Okay, I'm gonna open up the package here. Maybe you can even see it better through the back. I'm trying to get the reflection out of there, but we'll open one up. Honestly, man, these look really, really good. For those that don't know, Arizona is typically a clear water body of lakes, and this worm kind of has an interesting shape to it. I don't know that it will show on the video, but the bottoms does not look, I don't know, maybe that's an optical illusion, because now that I look at it this way, it looks flat. Well, it's got, I don't know, it's got something there. Anyway, the worm looks, the color is fantastic. Call it a PB&J, I guess. It's got some real nice flake in it. Texture seems good. It says scented with fat juice. You'll see it's fairly pretty standard, I would say, for a 6-inch worm. It says scented with fat juice. Match the hatch color selection. Okay, so I'll say that I found Phat Pak on eBay. The ratings were good. I'd like to see if they have a regular website to see if maybe pictures for colors are better. They have a really good selection of colors. It was a little bit hard for me to quite tell what some of them were. Any of you have looked for colors on the internet, I'm sure you kind of understand that. But it says, we use American plastisol dye and glitter. This means our plastics have vibrant colors and liquid-like action. Okay, so that's what you got to look forward to. We're going to see some liquid-like action when we test this in the pool. And I think what I'm going to do moving forward, because I've actually got quite a few here. It's just that one's from Phat Pak, but I've got a whole nother package here, is I'm going to start testing them and doing 3 riggings for this type of worm. We will do a shaky head. We will do a Texas rig drop shot with the cover shot hook, and we will do a nose hook drop shot to see how the worm acts there. All right, now this one is from Discount Tackle. Discount Tackle is out of Wilsonville, Oregon. So delivery time was, I don't know what it was, 3 days. What's today? Wednesday. So yeah, I think about 3 days. I think I ordered over the weekend. So you can't count the weekend, of course, but now Discount Tackle actually has some of the best prices you'll find on the internet. They may or may not have everything you're looking for, depending on what you're looking for, but all of this stuff came from there. Some of it's to test, some of it's for my stock, those kinds of things. All right, so I got some Missouri hybrid in a 10-pound. Okay, they're 10, I'm going to guess, is a bigger diameter than 10. Wow, these look really good. So this is a Yum Finesse worm. Dirt purple. Dirt purple. So it is a, what I would call, looks like a green pumpkin with black flake, and then it's got some purple flake mixed into it. Decent sized purple flake. Now the unique thing about the Yum is it says it's 4 inches, but I'm kind of thinking it looks a little longer than that. Yum 4 finesse worm. Okay, it doesn't say it's 4 inch. Yum 4 finesse worm. I think it's a 5-inch worm. I don't happen to have a tape measure sitting in front of me, but it looks very, very similar to that of the Zoom finesse worm in every way, shape, and form. Okay, so if that's the case, let's see how much these were. Because the Zoom, you get 20 worms in the finesse worm pack. Yum, $3.99. Okay, so they're about $1 cheaper, maybe a little more. I want to open it because I'm kind of seeing some different things in the color now. Of course, they got this damn sealed pack. I hate to open it. We'll wait till we test them, but I will say they look really good. And Yum, of course, typically come scented. Also, Yum says made in the USA. All right, I ordered me a wacky tool. This was because of those worms, those big bite Neko rig worms. And I couldn't find the right one. So I ordered one. Those were really reasonable. Yeah, $4.89. And that was the small that I got. That's the smaller one. Doesn't look that small from looking at it. But interestingly enough, it's also shaped like the Ocho. It says fits 4 and 5-inch Ocho stick baits. Well, there you have it. I did not catch that when I bought it. I was expecting it to be round. I think the size is still going to work. We will have to see. Holy crap. You know, and here's the downside of buying online. Those look like crappie or brim heads. And let me tell you, you go look at these online, they look much, much bigger than that. That's kind of funny. So I do have crappie here, but let's see, $4.79. So there, I just wasted $5 for the most part. Scented jerk shad in the deal, just something I wanted. That won't necessarily be a testing thing. Looks like I got 2 packs of the Yum finesse worms. And by popular demand, because I'm so accommodating like that, this worm was requested by several people. They wanted to see how it was. And that's the X-Zone Deception worm. This color is sprayed grass, right here. And I will tell you, this thing looks really, really good. And I have no doubts, okay? I know I didn't rate the other X-Zone Senko type bait very well. But look, that was that bait. I'm sure like most companies, they have some good stuff and bad stuff. Now, one thing, as more and more companies are coming out with clamshell packs, you start to notice this more and more. You see the kink in the tail down here? That's just from packaging. And you can fix it. Let's grab another one just to see if it is rampant throughout the pack. Doesn't look like it. That one looks okay. Oh, no, it's not. It's twisted. So if you look down to the tail, I have the back facing me, but if you look at the tail, it's turned sideways like this. Not real happy about that. Quite honestly, it's I'm just gonna call it the way it is. It's poor quality control. And I know kinked worms, all that kind of stuff. Look, it's not that uncommon, but it is disappointing. So you get 12 in a pack, $5. So I just want to say, that Phat Pak, the fat bait worms, I pulled it out of the pack. It was good and straight. I didn't pull any out of the yum, but I could tell by looking at them, they're good and straight. I don't know, and if you look at this pack, it's the way they're put in. I don't know if anybody's seen how Yamamoto packs their baits. The plastic is open, okay, so it's single open, hasn't been sealed yet. They lay everything down in there flat, put the plastic over it, and make the bag around the baits, so it holds them in the package much better. Now, looking at and look, they could do that in these. I can tell by just rubbing and pressing them out. See if they stayed. If they did that, I think they would hold much better. Now, the deception worm under the tail back here, I can see there's like a couple holes, divots, indents. I assume to catch water and help it move. Anyway, let's not pass too much judgment on X-Zone. I am a little disappointed. I don't really know what else to say about that. It doesn't make me real happy, okay? But we'll see how it goes. All right, one last thing, and some of you, all my old-timer friends like myself, are going to know what this is. But this is a new front runner. Okay, they don't call it a front runner anymore. I think the original was called a front runner. This one is called a zigzag. And this is very simply, you tie it onto here, okay? You tie a piece of line from here back to about here onto a topwater walking lure. And essentially what it does is it looks like the rear one is chasing the front one, and it sparks a lot of interest. Now, I still have some of the originals, but I wanted to get one and try the new one. Now, the shape is different a little bit, but I think there was 2 companies that came out with these now, and so I'm really looking forward to giving this a try and seeing how it works. These things, man, we used to throw them all the time. They're a little bit more of a shorter cast, but not too much. But man, they triggered some big bites. Sometimes they would eat this, but most of the time they eat the spook behind it. Pretty cool bait. We'll see how it works. Okay, that one's made, the one I got was made by Rattle Trap, called the Zigzag. And as you walk your spook, this is supposed to, the old one moved, so I'm assuming this one will too. Anyway, we'll see. It says mimics real-life predatory scenario in which the top water is chasing the zigzag to elicit reaction strikes. I can tell you the original one worked really well. It wasn't the ticket all the time. There was a time and place for it. But when they wanted that, boy, it was really good. All right, so Discount Tackle. All that stuff came from Discount Tackle. Discount Tackle tends to have a little better prices than most other places. For instance, this Yozuri Hybrid is typically a bit more money than what I paid. I paid $8, 600 yards, okay? So pretty decent price on the Yozuri Hybrid, 10 pound. There's some of the stuff we're going to be testing coming up. You guys have asked for some of this. Some of it I've just come up with. But I think most of this was mentioned in comments on various videos, with the exception of the Phat Pak Baits. And right now, I'm going to say that Phat Pak, really, really good looking worm. I mean, this looks like the stuff that Clearwater fishermen need. I mean, there's good detail in it and all that other kind of stuff. Great color. If it has the movement, we've got a winner, right? So this one's called the thin worm, by the way. And they do have a website here on the packaging, says phatpakbaits.com. Okay, I'm curious to look at the price. I ordered those through eBay. It was like $13.95, including shipping. So not a bad price for 30 worms. We'll see how it goes. All right, stay tuned as we test these. Really appreciate you guys watching. If there's something you want to see, drop it a comment down below so I know. Look, I don't get everything everybody requests. Sometimes it just has to do with who sells what, where I buy baits, and do I remember when I'm buying them, those kinds of things, all right? So I try to do it, but I can't be perfect because I'm only the average angler, all right? Sean, the average angler, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.